Hey, did you get it? I'm getting dizzy. Hi guys, today I want to share 10 things I hate about my Carrera GT. This is probably the most loved Porsche of all time if you're a hard Porsche fan. But there are actually things I don't like about this car. First is the first gear. This car is very tricky. When you turn it on and you got your foot on the clutch, you're in first gear, you have to let go of your foot off the clutch before you step on the gas. Otherwise the car will stall. And it's happened to me probably 10 or 15 times before I got a hang of it. So first gear is very tricky on the transmission. Second thing I hate about this car, it's extremely dangerous. As you guys know, it's known as the Widowmaker. Paul Walker passed away in this car. Unfortunately, he was in the passenger seat. He wasn't driving it, but it was being driven by a professional race car driver, or at least experienced driver, as far as I know. So it is a very dangerous car. Even Jay Leno had a little bit of a dangerous incident with this car on the track, where he spun out and he was he lost control of the car basically. Luckily, he came off unscratched. But it's a very dangerous car, a lot of torque, and traction, not so much. So a third thing I hate about this car is visibility. You have almost no visibility when you're sitting in the car and you're backing out the car, or even just simple driving. The mirrors, you barely have any visibility in the back or on your sides. And that's always a problem when you're doing 100 miles an hour. Those blind spots will come up really quick on you. So as you can see, this is all you're gonna get for rear visibility on this car. Not much. And it doesn't come with a rear view camera. So you're pretty much out of luck. Another thing I don't like about Carrera GT, despite it's only a $400,000 or $500,000 car, well now they're selling for more. But the sticker on this car was like $448,000. The service and the clutch. The clutch will set you back about 20 grand, and the first major service, which is about 30,000 miles, will set you back $30,000. So that's 50 grand you're guaranteed to spend if you're driving this car. That's not counting the oil changes. I think I pay $1,500 to $1,800 every year for oil change. When you compare to Veyron, $24,000, it seems cheap. When you compare to ordinary car that you can go to Jiffy Lube for 25 bucks, adds up and looks pretty expensive. Another thing I don't like about Carrera GT is the LCD screen. They don't give you much, and they're supposed to cover your navigation, radio, CD. I don't even think it has a CD player, but anyways, it wasn't built in the revolution era of technology, but still I think Porsche could have done a little bit bigger. Another thing I don't like about Carrera GT is the gas mileage. Very poor gas mileage, which means I gotta turn it up. This thing gets you 10 miles per gallon. That's very poor for a 10-cylinder car with no turbos. But hey, what can you do? Another thing I don't like about the Carrera GT, it has nearly zero trunk space. So if you got your roof stored in the front, forget it. You can't even fit a bag of pistachios. Hey, what do you know? My window is thicker. So this is your trunk space, which is really for you to store your T-top roof right in here. It goes in these latches. And when it's all said and done, you can see on this picture right here, they kind of stack on top of each other. And when it's all said and done, you really have no space to do any storage or go grocery shopping. Another thing I don't like about this car, as you can imagine, doesn't have a lift. And almost all supercars now, they give an option to order, or they come with a lift. And this car sits so low, so I have to use my wooden sticks to get it in and out from this platform, and getting in and out of some steep driveways is very challenging. So being there's no lift on it makes me really nervous taking it out for a drive. Another thing I don't like about Carrera GT, well, is when it comes to technology, is really outdated. This car doesn't have a CD player, no Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth. But then again, with the sound of this exhaust, who needs a stereo or music, right? But I'm talking about talking on the phone. And last, this is not a car to go for a joyride and sip on your coffee. This is a very rough ride. And if you thought Senna was rough, this car is definitely one that will shake your booty in your seat. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this segment of what I don't like about my Carrera GT. But for the 10 things that I didn't like about this Carrera GT, there is at least 50 that I love about this Carrera GT. And that's why I'm not selling it, and it's been here for 6 years. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and put comments down below what you'd like to see next. Hi, I'm Manny Khoshbin. I immigrated to America at age 14. I was broke and homeless, and I went off to do over $500 million in commercial real estate. It wasn't a straight line up. I failed many times over and over until I found my formula for success, and now I want to share that with you. But first, let me share a little bit about my journey. As many of you have questioned, what do I do for a living? You see my cars, my houses, and you always ask me, how do I make the money and how do I get here? If you haven't read my 2 books, Contrarian Playbook and Driven, please do so. I share my journey in detail and also my success and struggles. So great books to read. And my story is simple. I came here at 14, getting away from the war in Iran. My dad had a job plan. When we got here, it fell apart. We were forced to live in a car, so literally we were homeless. At age 14, I was literally dumpster diving to make ends meet, picking up things people left by the dumpsters and taking them to a swap meet to sell them for anything I could and trying to help my parents. My first job, however, was Kmart, collecting shopping carts, mopping the floors, and I was clerk 407. They gave me all the dirty work. And that was another learning curve, and I learned a lot. And after 1 year, I was able to raise enough money to buy my first car, which was better than my dad's car. So I always had passion for cars, as you can tell. But after a year, I realized I'm never gonna be wealthy working for somebody else. So I decided to go and become my own boss. I didn't know what to do, so I started with selling peanuts door to door. And I did that for 6 months. I failed because I didn't have a health permit, but I had saved $20,000 in that 6 months selling peanuts door to door. And I went off to buy a gas station, and unfortunately I got scammed. I lost all my money. After that, I worked for Winston Tire for a few months, saved money again, and I went and opened a supermarket. After a year, I failed. So one day I'm sitting in court dealing with all the crap, creditors and people I owed money to when I owned the supermarket. And my landlord pulled me to the side and said, "You remind me of me when I was in my teenage years. Came to Orange County with no money, and I started with one small tiny building in real estate, and somehow he had amassed $700 million in real estate holdings." And that's when I had the aha moment. I need to figure out my way of building wealth in commercial real estate. Flash forward 28 years later, I'm a landlord. I've been able to amass every car that I dreamed of, over $30 million worth of cars, $33 million mansion at Pelican Hill. More importantly, I've been able to give back to my kids the life that I never had, and my parents for all their struggles. I retired them many years ago, buying them a ranch. They're living their dreams, and give back to charity that means a lot to me. I've recently pledged $1 million to the Autism Center at Chalk Foundation. I'm super proud to be able to give back to many kids and many families. So another one of my passions is mentorship, which is why I'm excited to share with you today. A lot of my success has been through trial and errors. Over the past 28 years, had I had a mentor early on, I would have saved a lot of money and lots of time and avoid a lot of pitfalls. So lucky for you, I'm giving you the opportunity to be mentored by me. I created something I wish I had when I got started. We call it Manny Khoshbin's Millionaire Mentorship. The program is based on 3 pillars, which is what every successful mentorship platform should be. Pillar 1, accountability and support. We do that by engaging you on our private Facebook group, my team and myself on a daily basis, answering your questions and being there as a support. Pillar 2, the training portal, where I show you step by step how to build your massive commercial real estate portfolio, saving you money and time much faster than it took me. Pillar 3 is gonna have the most impact on you. Reason why is because you're gonna get direct access to me. Imagine being able to pick up your phone, every week and do a live Q&A with me, a longer journey answering your questions, mentoring you and supporting you, saving you time and money, avoiding those pitfalls. And if you mess it, don't worry, they're all recorded in the portal. You can watch them later. So if you're committed to building massive amount of wealth through investing in real estate, then joining my Millionaire Mentorship Program is a no-brainer, especially since I have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Take as much time as you need, scroll down the page, learn about our program, and I look forward to connecting with you face-to-face in our community.